Hey, what's good, guys? Time to talk about the elephant in the room, and I'm gonna address it. And as you guys know, look, I'm a big Ozil fan. I'm not gonna hide the fact that I'm a big Ozil fan. I got a lot of respect for the guy because of the way how he carries himself, and I like what he does. I like what he does on the field. I like what he does off the field, and he sets himself as a president and someone to aspire to, and he's loved among the African nation, European nation, and among the Muslim nation for the same reasons. Now, first of all, let me talk about the issue, the situation here. The situation is Arsenal fans have turned against him because Mikel Arteta hasn't chosen the player. But you have to really look into the facts of what's going on. Now, Ozil has come out and actually spoken about the situation today, and I'm glad that he has, because he's said that there was no real plan in terms of the pay drop. We're going to take a 12.5% pay decrease, but there was no reason why. There was no plan. There was no sort of roadmap in terms of how it was going to work. All they said was, if you made the Champions League, we'll give you the money back. Well, they made you Europa and they gave them 5% back, so it's now a 7.5% drop. But with Ozil, he didn't sign up for it because, unlike most other players, Ozil actually puts money into the system. Ozil, even just a month ago, was pledged 80,000 to the coronavirus in Turkey. On top of that, he's gone out and fed 16,000 Muslims, and that's on top of the 1,000 children whose operations he's actually paid for over the years. Now, look, we can talk about a lot of players that are doing good for charity, and that's fine. Yeah, Ozil is doing this on his own back, and Ozil actually researches all this stuff. So because he's somebody who researches where this money's going, what's going to happen in terms of the savings, he quite rightly questioned Arsenal, where's the money going? What's the plan? And Arsenal didn't have an answer. So he opted out. It's fair to say that somebody should opt out because they don't care about the club, but at the same time, he's doing more for kids and he's doing more for some countries than any of the other players at the football club. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, guys, he's actually actively out there doing stuff for countries, for children in need. And the team wasn't able to give him a situation why. So Ozil declined the pay cut. It seems now that that's the reason why he's been dropped from the team. And before he got dropped from the team, here's two things here. He had two man of the matches. The last one was against Newcastle in the 4-0 win. I actually gave him man of the match before he scored the goal because he was playing so well. The goal just really topped it off. But it was one of the standout performances that we've seen from him this season. If you look at the player ratings that we did for this season, I gave him a 6. And that's because every time Mikel Arteta played him, he gave his all. Yeah, and we did see a change in his game. We did see him start to hustle. It's not something he likes to do, but he was willing to do it for the team. And hear this, he also has led the team in chances created even under Arteta. 2.3 chances created. And you've still got these people that are out there saying he's bad for the team, sell him and blah, blah, blah. He signed a contract. He never asked for the money. Arsenal offered it to him. So if anybody needs to be blamed, it's Arsenal. So I can't see, really struggling to see the backlash here. He's come out, he's always been ready to play. There's been a lot of rumours that he wasn't fit enough when he came back. And, he wasn't on board with what was going on. That all now seems to be a lie. It just seems to be media and press talk. It's actually the fact that because he didn't take the pay cut, that the team decided to drop him. And let's be honest, guys, there's very few teams that have even taken pay cuts. Arsenal was the first. And even now, some players are individually doing some stuff. There's players from Bournemouth, players from Watford, players from Brighton, management who have decided to take a 30% cut. But Arsenal was the first team that really got there. And what it shows is that Ozil needed some more information in terms of what the plan was, and they just didn't do it. It was almost as if Arsenal was just offering it on a wing in order to see through that their staff was going to be okay. And actually, even with the pay cut, what did Arsenal do? They still did 55 redundancies. So it actually doesn't even make sense that the players took a pay cut because they got rid of staff anyway. So it's really contradictory in terms of Arsenal's actions, and really speaks to the volumes of why Ozil did exactly what he did. Because this now looks good on Ozil. Yeah, if you took the pay cut and you would have saved jobs, why did you release 55 people in redundancies? If the pay cut meant that people were able to keep their jobs, why aren't they still employed by the club? I've actually had to look at it and think, actually, Ozil was right, because they took the pay cut for nothing. Yeah, they didn't save any jobs. Jobs are gone. They actually got 5% of the pay cut money back because they got into the Europa. And Ozil's here thinking, look, what was the pay cut for in the first place? What was it all about? So at the end of the day, guys, I think that this looks really good on Mesut Ozil. He's come out of this in good light. He said, I'm going nowhere. I've got a contract. I'm going to see out my contract, and I'll be the one who decides when I leave. And it's as simple as that. So, guys, I'd really like to hear what your thoughts are on the situation. But at the end of the day, I think that Arsenal have seriously tripped up here. They've got themselves into a situation where they've got a very productive player who was not even anywhere near the team's success towards the end of the season. And look, if the team can play well without Ozil, then so be it. But at the same time, the player's going to stay around and he's going to get his money, and that's down on the team, that's down on their shoulders. So it's really up to the front office to try and find a solution to get this thing fixed. Otherwise, you're bleeding cash. There's no point moaning about how much money you're going to be losing this season, and when you've gone in and got yourself into a situation with Ozil. That's not the fans' fault, that's not the players' fault, it's the front office's fault. And you've failed to find a solution to this problem. And it exemplifies the fact that Ozil is just sitting down and just getting paid for doing absolutely nothing. Sitting in the stands with an umbrella on his head and just chilling. And I don't blame the guy, because if I was him, I'd do exactly the same thing. But that's it from me, guys. Like to know your thoughts on the situation. Please put your comments in the description below, and let's see what everybody thinks about the situation. Talk to you later, guys. Peace out.